Lamont, this is the second video and probably the most important to make sure that we have an awesome concierge experience. As I stated in the previous video, our agents, the complexity we're adding to the traditional sales process of just, taking pictures, doing marketing, selling your home, the complexity of adding, 2 to 4 weeks of managing and coordinating or helping you plan repairs goes from a level 5 to a level 10, right? So there are a lot more opportunities when we're helping a client prepare a home for sale for little things to go wrong, right? As you're repairing homes, things come up or additional repairs are found, or vendors do the repair and maybe they didn't finish it fully or they left a mess, right? There are all these little things that can happen. And one of the most important things I would recommend to you is have some grace, right? And understand that as good as we are at this and as close as our vendor relationships are, there are still many little tiny mistakes or miscommunications that come up. So we all need to have grace to understand that we're trying to execute something that is very complex. I would ask you to put yourself in the shoes of if you've ever done a rehab. Maybe you remodeled a bathroom or put flooring in. And remember back to that time, it is very chaotic, right? There's lots of things that can go wrong. Contractors don't show up on time, right? They forget to finish something that you had asked them to do. Maybe they bill you for something they didn't do, right? So here are the key things that we all need to keep in mind to avoid frustration and miscommunications. And most importantly, we all know to expect some of these things to happen so that when they do happen, or if they do happen, we're not surprised by them and we all know how to manage it. First and foremost is scheduling, whether it's getting estimates or repairs or inspectors or even showings when we're showing the property. We're communicating and firming up a schedule with someone else, a vendor that is not working for us or we don't control. And as much as we try to call those vendors every time there's an appointment set, the morning of or before that appointment to make sure they're on time, we can't get to them all, right? So sometimes vendors don't show up when they said they were supposed to show up. And most importantly, they don't let us know. And if you're in a home, you're gonna notice that before we do. And so this is probably my biggest pet peeve with our vendors is sometimes they don't let us know ahead of time if they're running late or in all, like if they're gonna show up at all, right? So sometimes people don't show, people don't call, and we are the last to know. And that's very frustrating to us both, not just you. So we're putting it out there that when we're coordinating people who run their own businesses and they're not employees of ours or we're not affiliated with them, we can't always control their schedule. So let's have a little grace. It's going to happen and mistakes happen. And if they miss an appointment or they're late, we will jump on them, I assure you that. And we'll make sure that any future appointments, they're on point. Number 2, when it comes to repairs and clients wanting to have their own vendor or like their brother, or you do some of the repairs on your own, or contractors that you want to work with. And in my experience, as we started to perfect this program over the last 6 or 7 years, we've done a lot of that where, let's say Elevate's going to take care of this group of repairs, and then the owner is going to take care of this group of repairs. We've agreed to do that many, many times in the past. The challenge that we run up against is, we're coordinating our repairs off of when the client says they're going to complete their repairs, and we book a schedule for vendors, meaning they've blocked out time for their business, for you, and then the client doesn't finish the repairs on time and we're having to cancel a block for a vendor. Well, that not only means that it just pushes all of our schedule, we have to reschedule everything, it takes hours and hours and hours of work, but that vendor now has lost that time and ability to fill your slot with one of their clients. And that's just very disrespectful to clients. So as part of our process, I'm not going to say that we don't allow any repairs from clients and or their vendors, but if we are going to handle the bulk of coordinating repairs for you, we make it very clear, like, if you want to use the program, we're going to use the program. Now, if we can save a lot of money by using a friend, family member, something like that, obviously we want to get you the best deal, and we're open to hearing those concepts. We will just challenge you on, we've done that many, many, many times before, and the challenge is the customers wind up frustrated because now our timelines are delayed and nothing's happening properly, or maybe the client can't finish the repairs, so we have to hire someone anyways. To be able to offer this program to everybody and do this 80 times a year, it needs to be very organized, and a delicate balance needs to be had with, having professionals do the work so it's fast, easy, and effective versus trying to have people we don't know or trust work in conjunction with the crews that we can set expectations. The third point, and this leads into why we recommend only using people that are trusted and vetted by us. Every year we meet with all of our vendors and we share all of the negative experiences that happened throughout that year, or challenges, or things that we're seeing everyone can do a better job of. And we do a big lunch for all of our vendors, and we basically reset their expectations of, here's what we expect at Elevate for you to be able to work for the clients that so trust us to help them get their homes ready. We set their expectations of what we expect from a communication standpoint, so they should text us before their appointment if they're running late. If for some reason they need to move an appointment, they need to let us know. We share with them how many jobs we've given them, so we hold them accountable. We are the #1 customer of most of these vendors, so we have a lot of leverage there. They need to provide a higher level of service to us, and we set high standards. So I want you to know, all of our agents are leveraging this resource, and these people have a very high set of standards they need to follow to stay working with Elevate. And we constantly re-interview, we constantly renegotiate prices, and we constantly kick people out of the program if they make too many mistakes and bring someone else in. So you need to know that all of these vendors have been fully vetted every year, and not only once. We just didn't vet them once, we vet them every year, because as you know, someone can be great for 3 months, but then they fall off and provide poor customer service after that, right? So all the vendors are pre-vetted and continuously vetted, and that's why we're so adamant about only working with partners that we can vet. The next point, we don't receive any kickbacks or revenue from these companies by sending your business to them. These people are giving us discounted pricing based on the number of clients that they work with. And the key point for them is they don't really have to meet a customer, right? They meet with our agents, they meet with our staff, and we are their customer because we help speak for you. And with our experience, we know what we want, we know the colors we want. They don't have to run around and give a bunch of estimates that they don't get jobs on. So we provide the vendors a lot of leverage and value. That's really important to understand. The next key point for miscommunications is just communicating in general between us, your agent, our staff, our listing manager or coordinator, and the vendors. Let's all have grace, right? We are all working together as a big team. Sometimes there's like 10 or 15 people that are all trying to coordinate together to get to the finish line. So there are bound to be miscommunications that happen. I would venture to guess every single person who's allowed us to do this program for them has had miscommunication or several miscommunications through the process every time. So you should expect that there will be miscommunications or things that were forgotten. There's just a lot of balls in the air when you're helping someone prepare a home, and they're bound to drop, right? So let's expect them, have grace. What we want to be judged on at Elevate is not, do we make mistakes? Because we always do. Is what do we do after the mistake is made? My commitment to you as a customer of Elevate is your agent and our staff will always take accountability for the mistake and make it right. That's why you're trusting us to facilitate this sale for you. Another key point, when it comes to finishes like paint colors, flooring types, what to pick and what to choose. This is our value. We've done this so many times that we know what to pick that is economical, that buyers are going to value based on modern trends, and we're going to recommend those things to you. The value to you is you don't have to pick all those things and figure out what's going to look good, what's not going to look good. The key point to understand with this is not your home, right? Meaning it's your home, it's your equity. We're helping put money into your home in hopes that we get that money back and you get your equity back plus some. So we wouldn't be making decisions based on products we know won't sell the home. It's important to disconnect your experience and your commitment to your home and understand that this is a home that we're trying to make best suited for new buyers, not you, right? If you don't love the color, well, we're trying to represent this home to the masses, not what you like. So it's important to disconnect that. Most people have a good idea of that, but sometimes it's hard if you don't agree with a color choice to kind of let that go. So I'd recommend just have some grace there and understand we are not making this home for you. We are making this home for the masses or what would appeal to the most buyers possible. Last note, I'll just leave it at this. I can't stress the importance of grace, right? Between our agents and our staff, we need to have grace with our clients because this is stressful. Selling a home alone is stressful enough, but add into that, you're now spending money and resources and time fixing up that home. And we also set very high standards, so our clients hold us to those high standards. Our team members must have grace with you, and our clients must have grace with our team members. Because remember, in this program, it's so unique and different than the traditional method of selling a home. We are a partnership, like we are putting our resources into your home, so we're now partners, not a sales relationship. And we're working together to make sure that that's a win-win in the end when the home sells, right? Once the repairs are all done, now we put our agent hats on and we can start doing the agent things. And just remember, we only put our agent hat on after hundreds of hours of coordinating and all the work. When most agents put their agent hat on, it's like right when they meet you, you're ready, we just list the property and we go. Just understand and give us grace that we've been working for sometimes weeks and months and hundreds of hours to even get to the point where we put our agent hat on and now we're getting ready for marketing. The same grace needs to extend all the way into, when we list the property, while we're showing it, while we're pending. Even though we're making all these repairs on homes and we're getting in the best condition possible, it does not mean that every home is going to sell within 3 days with multiple offers. The point of the program is to make sure everybody, not just wealthy people who have money who can fix up their home or have the best homes, it's everybody can have the opportunity to sell quickly for the most money possible with the least amount of hassle. And we're committed to doing that, and we need to have grace throughout the process. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I hope these pointers help you have a great experience. As the owner of the company, I'm just trying to communicate what you should expect working with your agents and our staff. We are honored and excited to have you as part of this process. What we ask of you, if we're doing our job right and everything's being executed properly, please just share this with your friends. Like, we believe this is the future of real estate and that we want to help more people have the opportunity to sell fast and for more money and have a better experience than just giving 6% of your equity away to some agent to list the property with pictures. To me, that's not valuable, right? So we ask of you, be a champion of us, an advocate while we're working together. Tell your friends, family, coworkers, share your experience because it is so unique. We want more people to hear about this and know about this, and we're always honored to work with your friends, family, and coworkers. It's the #1 way we currently get customers is introductions from our clients and past clients, and we just ask that of you throughout the process. You should champion this and say, gosh, Elevate is renovating my house for me or helping me get ready. This is something I couldn't have done on my own. You should really think about this. So thank you so much for the opportunity, and we're excited to